The third episode kicks off with a woman named Claire, who begins coughing up blood in the back of a taxi while en route to the airport. Instead of continuing to Mexico City, the driver rushes her to Westside Hospital, where Dr. Amy is assigned her case. Before seeing Claire, Amy finishes one of her TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation treatments, and discusses a memory with Gina, her therapist. Gina expresses dislike for Amy's friend Joan and asks about side effects from the treatments. Amy admits to some headaches. Claire is diagnosed with drug-induced hepatitis, and Amy starts her on steroids but becomes concerned about the source of her liver inflammation. Though Claire claims she stopped her prescribed MS medications and switched to traditional remedies, Amy learns that Claire has actually been undergoing experimental stem cell injections in Mexico. Claire insists the treatment has helped her MS dramatically, even putting it in remission, and denies the injections caused her hepatitis. To understand more, Amy contacts the doctor in Mexico who administered the injections. She learns that Claire is due for another round within 24 hours or she'll be dropped from the trial. Amy tries to arrange a medical flight for Claire through Michael, but he can authorize it without consulting Joan, the chief of internal medicine. Joan shuts the plan down, worried about hospital liability, and suggests finding a local clinical trial instead. Joan later confronts Amy for bypassing her authority by talking to Michael first. Amy brushes it off as habit, but the tension between them builds. When Amy and Gina pitch the idea of a local trial to Claire, she refuses and tries to check herself out of the hospital. Gina threatens to place her on psychiatric hold. Later, he has her stem cell injection kit delivered to the hospital. Desperate, she tries to get a nurse to administer it, but Amy intervenes. Though initially threatening to call security, Amy ends up giving the injection herself, taking a serious risk. Afterwards, Amy checks on Claire, who seems stable. But on her way out, Amy has a sudden nosebleed which Joan notices. Joan mentions it to Gina, who brushes it off, but the symptom raises concern. When Amy returns to Claire's room later, she finds her in distress. With her heart acting irregularly, Amy brings in a crash cart and calls for Jake. They stabilize Claire, but Amy confesses to giving the injection. During a tense exchange afterward, Amy and Jake unexpectedly share a kiss. TJ, and a veteran's medical mystery. Meanwhile, TJ is still recovering from his gunshot injury and struggling emotionally. During physical therapy, he meets Kevin, a veteran with a prosthetic leg. At first, Kevin rebuffs his attempts to connect, but after noticing a swollen bump near Kevin's amputation site, TJ realizes something is seriously wrong. When blood spurts from the area, he calls for help. Sonia and TJ inform Kevin that more of his leg may need to be removed, but the surgery is paused due to liver issues. Digging into his records, TJ finds inconsistencies and learns that Kevin is suffering from metallosis, a complication from metal implant degradation. The surgery is adjusted accordingly, and afterward, TJ and Kevin share a heartfelt moment. Joan's hidden illness and big announcement. The episode closes with a major reveal. Joan has been keeping a serious medical secret. Flashbacks show Amy supporting her as she reveals she has myelodysplastic syndromes, MDEs, a blood disorder that could lead to leukemia. Joan is defensive when Amy suggests it could eventually prevent her from operating. Back in the present, Joan learns about Amy administering the illegal injection to Claire. She confronts Amy and warns that she's still under evaluation. She then calls a meeting with the department and announces that the hospital will undergo a formal evaluation in 2 months. Staff must be fully compliant with protocol during this time. As the episode ends, pressure builds across the board, professionally, personally, and ethically, setting the stage for major fallout in the episodes to come.